Okay, so the first idea, which is a good idea, came from Robert about having a church service. Okay, around the 14th of September. Any other ideas?
I think we could do something on the media.
Media.
Media coverage, but on the Express or the Guardian.
Well, in the email I sent about half an hour ago, I did mention maybe like a supplement on this in the.
Correct. That's one thing.
Like what we did a couple of years ago. Robert, remember what we did a couple of years ago? So a supplement in the media, we can contact, the local people can contact a newspaper journalists and putting that in progress.
Yeah, and that will require us to get some sponsorship for those ads, as we did the last time. But that's what you'll have to do.
Well,
the journalists will do it for you, provided you get X amount of sponsorship for the newspaper, and they will put it together for you. So that's fine.
Okay, so who would volunteer to contact a journalist? Well, somebody from Trinidad.
Well, I know this boy from down by us, Andy, where's his name, Robert? Andy
Johnson.
Yeah.
But really, what you do, you could just go to the I mean, it's not really it is a service that the two newspapers will offer. Provided they will tell you how much advertisement they will give you. They will assign there's a department in the newspaper that will actually do it. I could ask the two newspapers to find out, as I think I did it the last time.
Okay, well, we appreciate you stepping up and
no problem.
Being the lead in that area of having a supplement.
Well, I could get the information from the two newspapers what is required. That I'm taking the lead in doing, and I report back. All right.
Oh, okay, Robert. Okay, so we agree we're going to do a supplement. We agree we're going to do a church service. We're going to work out the details afterwards. Today we just want to. How about souvenirs? Do we want to have souvenirs? 75th anniversary souvenir. Ray, you're the souvenir man. Welcome, Ray.
Ray MS, boy.
Ray, welcome.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night. What do people think about like a souvenir shirt with the JC logo and 75th anniversary?
A t-shirt or polo?
A polo shirt.
You talking about that polo?
Yeah.
You calling that souvenirs, but that's really memorabilia.
I'm sorry. I'm not that bright, but sorry. You know what I mean.
I beg your pardon.
I said, okay, whatever we call it, but I'm proposing that we do a shirt, a golf shirt.
And will everybody buy a shirt? People buy a shirt or something?
Well, of course, the people have to buy it.
Right.
But we're not going to make any money on it. We're going to make just the cost.
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
Just a couple of comments.
Yes.
The last time I assisted Robert in facilitating the souvenir magazine, the time was very short and we were very rushed. So that if we have the same contact, I don't mind working with Robert again in terms of getting that done, because we had a contact person that Robert had provided. So I think it's just a matter of follow-up if the person is still available. With regard to the polos, if we choose to go that way. In fact, I was thinking two things in terms of a 75th anniversary. In terms of, I don't know how many senators we have now in Trinidad and Tobago, let's see. In terms of putting together a financial contribution, a significant financial contribution that we can donate as senators to a worthy cause to be determined, because there are so many things that need to be addressed. So this is just an idea I'm throwing out so that, and everybody might be alarmed, but I will say, like, if we have 75 senators and they put $1,000 each, or 50 senators $1,000 each, I think $50,000 towards a worthy cause.
I like that. I can support that.
So that we do that, and it's not like a one and done, but something that we could continue to work on as senators of Trinidad and Tobago. Right? So it's something that's sustainable and that, you
This
know,
is from the
can use for in the context of national development. So that is what, and third idea, and this just throwing things out, in terms of us getting, I'm not too into the ideas of dinners and those things again, but we have a pending lunch at Yvette, I think is the name of it, so that as a group, those of us who here could just meet and have an informal get together and online, so to speak, for socialization purposes. So I just throw those three ideas. But I am more inclined to a substantial contribution to a worthy cause as the Senator of Trinidad and Tobago.
Okay.
And Chair, through you, is it that we using the 75th anniversary joy as the fillip for that, or the platform for that to do those things?
What, well, in terms of the
No, no,
contribution?
No, I'm asking if we're using the 75th anniversary, which is the purpose of the meeting, as a platform for launching the things that you just mentioned.
Yeah, those are just ideas. Yeah, that's the thinking.
So that'll be part of the 75th anniversary. Okay.
You know, I agree with that. I mean, all those projects, as we are in the process of just throwing out ideas. You know, one of the things we could do, again, I mean, is to go back to the good old days when when junior chamber JCs used to do meaningful big projects. Let's think about, you know, I have this pet idea about the deterioration of men, the deterioration of men in our society and the new role of men, all right, and the attractiveness of male going into gangs and so forth. Let's find a real nice seminar that we could attract a whole room and show these people what JCs used to be like, man. Have a real big, meaningful, impactful symposium on men and its new role in society. Well, I just give you an idea what that is. It could be something else. But, you know, something like that. Hang on. Remind the people who we are, who we used to be.
And who's going to come to that?
Well, again, the same way we have symposiums before. I mean, I only give you an idea of what the topic is. My topic, my pet project, is the deterioration of men in society and the new role and the attractiveness of men going into gangs and the proliferation of crime and so forth. But it could be some other topic. But the topic is for the general public towards bringing some type of rallying around a big project. You know, that's all. It doesn't have to be. You're asking ideas, you know.
What do you think about the creed? You know, if we can share the creed in today's world, look at what's happening. And our creed is a great lesson to people. More people would believe in the creed and practice the creed. We'll have more peace in this world, more service, more appreciation of one another. That creed is amazing, man. To me, and if I were to share that, what kept me in the JCs, the creed. I believe in it. I live it.
Okay, but again, just to keep focused in terms of the 75th anniversary. I heard what everybody said, but I'm looking at things, or I'm thinking about things that are relevant to the 75th anniversary of the celebration of JCs. And it's brainstorming, so anybody can say what they want, really. So far, we have some good ideas. And if this meeting is just a brainstorm, then we certainly have done that. We are doing that well. How we move forward, next steps is I guess where we need to be, unless people have other ideas.
Well, next steps will be to form a planning committee and who will start putting the planning steps in action, in progress, and we will decide how often we're going to meet as a big group. My Zoom account is available at any time, as long as I don't have another event happening at the same time. And we will do we will be dependent on the local people who live in Trinidad.
We're making this project. Are we suggesting this project to the chapter and then saying you run it as a project? And if so, you follow the normal procedure to form a project proposal with all the documentation that we have agreed to in the past. Because as far as I'm concerned, it is a JC project. It's not a senator's project. Senators can't run projects.
No, I agree with you 100%. And I think, we some of us talk about this to engage the current members and have them plan, and we will support.
Yeah, we
And
can advise as much.
yeah,
We can give them advice. We can talk to them about the ideas that we're discussing at the moment.
right.
But they must decide
Yep.
what do they want, because they're running
Okay.
it. They're running the organization,
May
not us.
I make a comment here, please?
Yes.
Okay. And I am speaking now as a past president of the Association of Senators for the whole region, Americas and the Caribbean, and to say that the senates in the region do projects. They don't do projects like the junior members do, but they have big projects. And in fact, I had you participate in one, Lincoln. I did your introduction. I had Robert participate in another last year, I think it was. And it is not projects in the sense of how they sit and do it, how we used to do it. It is big ideas, and you do it as senators. You don't do it through the chapter or anything else. The senators who want to make a contribution and who meet and do it. And I thought this is what we wanted to do. And it's not that we're doing it through the chapter. The chapter can continue to manage itself as a JCI chapter should, in keeping with everything that is supposed to be learning and doing. But senates do have projects regularly in different countries in our region, right? So it's not that we should say we are senators and we can't do projects. We can do projects.
Well, I think we differ on that. I certainly do. I certainly differ on it.
Well,
But that's the
One
reality.
of the points of running projects, which seems to be lost somewhere, is that's where the leadership training comes in. You know, you only get leadership training out of doing things, and associating with other organizations doesn't give you that same benefit that we used to get by running major projects. I agree. I agree. We should try and do something. We should advise, and we should try and recommend that something big and something that is going to be of benefit to the community is a good idea. That's without question. But the fact that the senators are running a project, doesn't it? I'm completely against that because it's taken away something from
So
the JCI organization.
my last 30 seconds on this is that it does not prevent senators from supporting the development of the young members in no way, right? But we're talking about two different things. Senators can and should continue as members of the organization and support the growth and development of its members. But what I'm saying is that that does not support senators from wanting to do something big and national in scope. That's all. Thank you, Mr.
It's not as I understand it. Anyway.
Yep.
But I think listen, I think whether or not we do it right directly, or whether, I think it is one thing is clear, right? We should do it in collaboration. We should bring the chapter. I mean, even if we're doing a supplement, right? If we're doing a supplement, for example, and we I mean, I think the present JCs need to get involved. They need to know, and they could be collaborated. And I'm sure it would be a past and present sort of supplement about the organization. So it will be a collaborative thing. If we're having a church service, I am sure we're going to have it both. So I think this is an idea where it's not an either or, it's working together to do. I mean, the third idea about whether we want to do a big, massive project, I put that on the table. I mean, that could be, but at least the first two ideas are two simple ideas that we could definitely do collaboratively, right? Because you wouldn't be able to do it by yourself anyway, and it's not about either or.
Again, we're celebrating 75 years. The history of this organization from the past to the present. We got to include the present, in my opinion.
I don't think we're talking about excluding the present.
Well,
I'm responding to the fact that you were saying that senators cannot do projects. And I was correcting that.
well, I can tell you as a senator, I'm running projects all over the place. Right now, I'm running a project for my church.
And I'm saying that senates throughout the region do run projects. That's the only point I wanted to make. I'm not talking about exclusion of anybody. So, okay.
Well, at this stage, what I would like to suggest is that we think about what our discussions, we schedule a follow-up meeting, and at that meeting, maybe we can invite the local president and his board to discuss what the next steps are. And to Joy's point, we need to do this early than late. So we are in April, so maybe in 2 weeks' time, or in May, the first week in May, we have a follow-up meeting. What do you guys and girls think about that? You have something to think about and consider.
Senator Lincoln.
Yes, Senator Joanne.
I am taking notes, but this is why I don't like to take notes, because I cannot I can't do notes and listen at the same time and discuss it. But I think that we should just do the first 4 items that we have discussed so far. The church service, the supplement, of course, tokens, and a luncheon. Most of us not going out in the night anymore. So if we have to have this lunch done, it has to be maybe, early lunchtime. So that apart from meeting, we're going to be mingling, we're going to be seeing each other, we're going to be able to sit and talk and laugh and still get to go home early enough, which is what a lot of us don't like doing, going home too late. But I think we should stick to this celebration in terms of the church service, the supplement, the tokens at a function, a luncheon or whatever is decided. And out of that session, maybe we can a committee to do projects or to do a project. But I think we should really stay focused. This is my opinion, that we stay focused on the celebration, and it will be, of course, both past and present. That is my contribution.
I like that. We have, the date is the 14th of September. It's a Saturday, so we can do a luncheon on that day.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I like that idea. And don't
And I know
don't worry, Jojo, I'm recording this, so, and I'll send a link to the recording to
I
everybody.
am still taking notes.
Okay. Any
But I
other?
like the ideas so far, the church service, of course, you know, and the supplement, the tokens, whether it's polos or whatever we're going to use. And I think we should kind of stick to that for now and then go into these project ideas and so for later on.
May I please?
Yes, you may.
Yes.
Unmute.
Since we are celebrating the 75th, and I kind of like Joanne's idea of initially sticking to the 4 that you all announced after I came in. I think that most of the senators we have around now are those that who became senators in the recent past. Perhaps we should look through to see all the elderly senators whose digits start well, we don't have any 4 digits in Trinidad, but who are 5 digits in the 20,000 and the 10,000 range, and to see how much of those we have existing, like the Franklin Balgobins, the Frank Bradshaws,
Ken Gordon.
Ken Gordon, he was recently 87, I think he was.
Yeah.
So those who are still alive, let us do a research to see if we can identify where they are and make sure that they are in the loop in the celebration of the 75th.
That's right.
Yep.
Yes, yes, yes.
Agreed.
And I'm sure JCI has a record of all the senators from, and we can get that information, and then we can.
Lincoln, we
Trust
have
me,
all
Ray
those
have
records.
it.
Who?
Oh, we have all those
Trust
records.
me, Ray have that.
Okay, all right. I don't know.
Well, you should know.
I should. I'm sorry. Forgive me, please. Please forgive me.
Should know.
Hey.
But the key is not who has the records, because Joy also has those records. It's not who has the records, and it's to be able to find out how we can track those senators if they're still alive. I know there's about 5 that I can think of. I also know that after the 1970 era, most of them decided they don't want to have anything to do with us. And with all the cajoling that we have done over the years, it didn't make a difference at all. Oh, a name that we should call is Atta Chingfat.
What about Nigel Griffith?
Dead.
Oh,
He's
passed
gone.
on.
He's gone.
Passed on. Okay.
He's gone. Yeah.
Well,
So,
somebody who
but
has.
whatever it is, Lincoln, that we should just try to identify who's still around and who will like to make themselves available to be part of. Not so much in the planning, but when
Right.
there are the activities that we could at least get them to be present.
Perfect. Yep.
Ray, if you do the list, I don't mind helping to track down people. If you do the list for me, and if you have
No, I will just share the list with you. We have those records.
Okay.
But what I'll just have to do is to pull out those that I know for sure have passed on and just those that we have, and then we have to also deal with the from Mahindra come down, that era, the Mahindra come down, then the set in the era of Jude and others, and then the more recent set with Petal Daniel and the others.
Okay.
So you have to put them in the different groups to be able to convince them to come on board.
Okay.
But we'll work out a system to schedule the load.
Okay.
Hey Jude,
Oi,
Royal Sipasad.
were you still around?
Yeah, I know, but in terms of
Oh,
engaging
collective.
him,
Yeah. I
yeah.
could do that. I could do it. But
He's
Lincoln,
not,
you still
he's
keep in
not
touch
too
with him?
healthy.
Oh, really? I didn't know.
Yeah,
Oh,
but he's around.
okay. Okay.
I know Joan invited Linda and Marva. So,
And then remember, Linda's sister is also a senator, Lorna.
oh, okay.
We have Margaret West, and then we have the young ones, the Steve McClashy's and the Alison West and all those folks.
Well, I guess as you said, you're going to send a list to Joanne and you guys can work out who is around and let them know that we planning a celebration and we hope to see them when we finalize what we're going to do.
We have the residual group of the Association of JCI Senators of Trinidad and Tobago, so we'll have to network into that. Armstrong and Kelvin Charles from Tobago.
Okay, anybody else have any other comments, ideas? You all have everybody have each other's email, so you can always share when an idea comes to mind. And when would you like to have the next meeting?
I think you said 2 weeks.
I was a suggestion.
Yeah, I think that's a good suggestion.
Everybody agree? Yes, no?
I agree.
2 weeks look fine.
Okay, so in 2 weeks
Yes.
from today, we're looking at the 7th of May,
And tonight is good for me.
the 30th of May, the 30th of April. How does that sound?
That's fine.
Fine with everybody?
Fine for me.
Okay, I'll set it up for same. Is this time good for everybody?
No,
It's my news time.
I know it's midnight. It's midnight where you are.
it's
Yeah,
actually 25 to 1.
25 to 1. We really appreciate you making the extra effort to join us, Jim. So I'll send out the invitation for the 30th of the next meeting.
The 30th is a Tuesday, is it?
Yeah,
Okay, good. Fine. That's good.
according to my calendar. Yeah.
Fine. That's good for me.
Everybody give me a thumbs up if that's good for everybody.
I'll be traveling on that day from Guyana to Trinidad, but I should reach in time to access it, or I could get on the phone on the way down.
Okay, cool.
You're going for chicken curry?
I'm in Guyana right now.
Okay.
I had it already. It isn't damn good. It isn't damn good.
Oh, God.
But I don't know, Ray, you have any, this is aside from the meeting. Ray, could you send me on WhatsApp any contacts for JCs in Guyana, please?
You want the senators?
Anybody, yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
Thanks.
Okay. I will send you some senators. I
You have
stay
the
in touch
contact
with the
information?
senators. I still keep my distance from the juniors.
Okay, cool. That's fine.
All right, folks. I don't want to keep you too long. And anybody else have any closing comments?
I think one of the points that I think Joy and myself are at variance is who's actually going to run this project. I thought it was going to be a project of the JCs of Trinidad, JCI Trinidad, with advice and participation only from the senators. But Joy seems to think that senators should run projects. I don't see it that way at all. And the sooner we get the chapter on board and actually participating in the organization, that's where the benefit of leadership training is going to come from. It's not going to come from us doing something. We may run the project and we may do a very good project, but the benefits, we hope, are going to go to the chapter. And this chapter is not going to benefit if we're doing it. That's my view. I stand corrected if the majority say otherwise, then I stand corrected. It doesn't mean I don't support the project, but it's my opinion that the project is a project of JCI Trinidad.
So,
Mr.
so
Chairman?
would you people agree to let's invite the local president at our next meeting?
Mr. Chairman, may I make a point?
I am surprised that there's not. Sorry.
Mr. Chairman.
I'm not Mr. Chairman, I'm Lincoln.
Lincoln, can I please I need to clarify. I am not discussing whether we want or do not want to run projects. JCI has changed over the years, and it's something we have to acknowledge. And all the point I was making is to clarify that Senates do run projects from America all the way to Latin America. Senates run projects. We can choose to run or not to run. That is our decision, right? That does not stop any senator or senate from his or her role of being mentor, guide, advisor towards strengthening the local chapter. We're not talking about two different things, right? So that the role of strengthening the chapter remains strengthening and ensuring things happen. Okay?
Got it. It's a personal choice. At the end of the day, it's a personal choice whether how involved you want to get.
Exactly.
In this program.
At the end of the day, yes.
Yeah. So.
But let it not be said that senators should not run projects, because that is not the way it is.
Okay, point made, point taken. Any other comments?
Well, I'll just make and following up to that as well, is that there has been some major changes in the way JCI approach getting its business done. And as senators, we need to be conscious of that before we speak 1961, 1965 era as the gospel truth. There has been complete changes in the way JCI, the whole question of the back to basics, right? We have a certain idea in our head what back to basic means. The current JCI has a totally different idea what back to basic means. So that arguing or even telling to the young members about the way you used to do it without understanding the way they have been taught now to do it is not gonna help them. Anyhow, I close there. I'm not being listened to. So God bless you all.
Ray, I must say, I was listening to you. As a matter of fact, I would like one day if we could actually have a session, all right, whereby I could be updated on the new procedures and the new expectations of JCI, because I would love, I mean, and that might be even one of the activities coming out of the 75th, because I would like to know. I would like to understand the changes that have been happening in the organization. And I wish that doesn't have to be a big thing if we could actually be brought up to date. So to fully understand it. So I was listening to you. I was just not sure that I want to, push you to give me all of that information now. Although I am available, I could listen here until 9, 10 o'clock tonight. You know, I like to hear you talk, Ray.
Not tonight. I have a big project this weekend, and my whole spirit is there right now.
Okay, folks, I think
And then in terms of who should take lead, Jude, can I volunteer you as interim? No, Jude is the link between the north and the south here.
Well, I'll take the position of link, not the position of lead.
You will what? Say
I'll
that
take the
again.
position of link, not the position of lead. No, my back and forth to Guyana will definitely get in the way of this. Because this talk of fucking Guyana will be going on for a while. So I don't want to take a position that I can't fulfill. If it's the link, I have no problem with that. But
So
certainly,
that's two links. We have two
Say
links, Lincoln and you.
yeah. There you go.
My Lions career will not allow me to do otherwise. I can't even volunteer.
Are you governor
Well-
yet?
I am not.
but we need somebody local to take the lead.
But what is,
We could-
explain that to me again, Joanne. Because you are Lions, you can't volunteer. Why? What does that mean?
I am caught up Lion. I am all over Lionism in 100%. So it is not just at club level, but I work all around the organization. So my time, they say I must give things to busy people, but this busy person can't multitask. So that's my problem.
But we don't have to decide it at this meeting. Could, have that decision at the next meeting, maybe.
We have time to
So
decide
you
those.
sit in the meantime, Drew.
And who knows, we might get one of the current members to step up and run the project.
Yes, I agree.
You certainly should invite one of them to the next meeting. Yeah.
That's what I was asking, if it's okay for us to invite the local president to the next meeting.
So I will.
And
I will support
hopefully,
that.
No
hopefully
problem.
one of the local people here can brief this, have a conversation with this president and let him know what's going on. I don't think they know we're celebrating 75th anniversary this year. We need to let them know.
But just to ask a question, Joy, how healthy is the chapter in Trinidad now?
I think Lincoln is in a better position to answer that right now.
You know, I'm not. I am more engaged with the other islands than my own home island. I tell everybody I'm available. I'm available. Who reach out to me, I respond. At this stage in my life, that's how I operate.
Yes, man. You don't have to beg anybody. You're available to help. If they want to help,
Yeah.
that's how I operate. Yeah.
Last week I did a session for JCI Dominica. I had about 40 people in the Zoom room. And they loved it. Yeah.
So since Lincoln can answer, Joy, anybody else in this meeting can answer the health with regards to the health of the organization in Trinidad? I certainly can't.
Neither can
Yeah.
I.
Whether
But I
there's
think we both issue the invitation to both chapters, Tobago and Trinidad, and see what happens.
a Zoom call anyhow, yeah. So
Okay,
that's
if somebody can email me the two contact people, president of Trinidad and Tobago, I will put them on the guest list. I
Sounds
don't
good.
have that information.
Okay, I'm sure somebody in this meeting will do that.
All I can say is that I know that they are aware of the 75th anniversary, that there was some chat about it, and they are, as usual, struggling to be active. So But as you say, you'll invite the president or someone to update and advise. I think that might be the better way to get the
Yeah.
first-hand information in terms of what is happening. Because I too have adopted the position that when I'm asked for advice, I will provide.
Yeah, at this stage in our life, we've been so busy. I don't know about you guys, but we've been so busy and active throughout our JC careers. And we have family
telling you.
now. We have family now, and we have other activities
Hello.
in place.
We have not just family, Lincoln. We have generational families.
Well,
Whose
when I
generation,
say
second
family, I
generation.
mean grandchildren and
Yes, 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 yes,
yeah,
yes.
and daughter-in-laws and
Mhm.
yeah. Okay, man. People, I think we kind of. Anybody else will have anything else to add?
That's a close one loop, Lincoln.
Yeah.
Is there anybody in this meeting who's going to provide you with the information to send the invitation to the presidents of Tobago and Trinidad, or are looking for somebody else, a different source?
But I'm hoping somebody from who knows.
Okay.
Joy, do you have that information?
Yes, I have that information, but I
Oh,
honestly.
great.
Okay, would you kindly send it to me, please?
That's not a problem.
Thank you,
Okay,
thank
great.
you.
Great.
Okay.
Great.
All right,
Nice one,
folks.
Jude.
Thank you for your time tonight and continue thinking about ideas. And when we meet on the 30th, hopefully the two current presidents will be with us and we'll see what their involvement and engagement is going to be. We're
Thank
still
you
in
for
the
setting up this meeting.
we're still in the brainstorming set.
Correct.
Okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Have a good
Okay.
night.
Good night, everybody.
Enjoy.
Night.
All right.
Jude,
Night.
Jude, when are you coming back from Guyana?
Wait, it's
Okay, okay.
Jude, we going for convention?
when is convention?
October.
October,
12 in October, I think it's
In Guyana?
the
In
12th.
Guyana?
Yeah.
Yes.
Guyana, yes.
Oh, I'll make sure I hear.
All right.
We have a date? You have a date, John?
It's 10,
Lincoln
11,
just told
12, I think, of October.
I'll be tough for me. I'm going to Canada on the 14th or somewhere. So I'd make it.
Yeah. Guess what, people? On the 14th of October, I will be 75 years old.
Wow.
FYI.
Lincoln Steve Kokaram, 31477.
You bugger, you know it because you're one digit less than me, so I know you know it.
More than.
Oh boy. All right, folks, have a good night. Thanks for coming. And
God bless.
send you out the invitation put it on your calendar.
God bless.
To the year, okay?
Okay.
Thank you
It's
very
nice
much.
that Jim.
everybody.
It's nice that Jim stayed out with us, man.
Yes, yes.
Thanks, Lincoln.
You're welcome, Jim. Thank you for making the extra effort.
Sleep tight, Jim.